Welcome to the iCube Self-Assessment Toolkit tutorial. The toolkit is accessible from the iCube project website http://icubeproject.au. The Self-Assessment Toolkit is a semi-automatic instrument that supports ICT 19 projects to assess their projects on social, innovation, economic impacts. The first page of the toolkit includes a description of the toolkit, its objective and functionalities. To access the toolkit, you have to insert your username and password. iCube staff will provide you with the username and the password. Each project, by logging into the Self-Assessment Toolkit, will find a list of questions that need to be answered in order to assess impacts. The navigation interface is quite simple. The navigation elements are the top menu from which you have access to all the main sections. The toolkit consists in the following 8 sections: input, output, innovation, economic, social, assessment, report, and business model canvas. When you click on the top menu, a contextual submenu is displayed on the left of the page. You have to answer all the questions. If you leave a question blank, it will be considered as a 0 in the assessment. You can select the not applicable value if present in order to skip the value from the assessment process. At the bottom of each page, there is a Save button. When you click on the Save button, the tool saves the information. Please remember to click on it to be sure that the information gathered in the tool is stored in the system. Otherwise, you will lose the data entered. The Input section. This section is aimed at collecting general information about the project, such as project information, information about the consortium, information about the previous engagement in European-funded projects, relationship with other projects, stakeholders, end users, and management and monitoring. The Output section. The Output section requires to list the outputs developed or to be developed by the project. It is very important that the project identify its outputs because the assessment is based on the impacts developed through the outputs of the project. To fill in the information, you have to use the Add Row button to insert each output specifying the name and the short description. If you want to remove one output, you have to click on the Delete button, displayed on the right of each row. The Innovation Impact section. The Innovation Impact section is divided into 4 main sections: the output-related questions, the exploitation potential, the technology readiness, and the IPR. The first section automatically shows the name of the output defined in the Output section. The questions repeated for each output aim to capture the innovation value of the output. Inside this section, you can find the questions that were adapted from the Innovation Radar methodology that is aimed to assess the innovation readiness of the product, innovator's ability, market potential, and so on. The Economic Impact section. The Economic Impact section is divided into 2 parts. The first one is regarding the questions related to the output of the project, and the second one is regarding to the questions on the impact on the economic value generated by the project. In the Economic Output related section, you can find the questions that were adapted from the Business Model Canvas methodology that helps not only to assess the economic impact, but also to build the business model of each output that we will see in the Business Model Canvas report. The last section of impact is a social impact. This is the only impact section that has only general questions about the social part of the project and has no output-related questions. This section is divided in 4 subsections, such as impact on education and human capital, impact on science and academia, impact on employment, and impact on knowledge creation. After all 4 sections were completed, you should move to Assessment section in order to provide the impact assessment. Here you should confirm that the information provided in the previous pages refers to the actual project status, and then press the Assess Your Project button, and the toolkit will proceed with the assessment. The last 2 sections of the tool are the report sections. In the report section, you can find the results of the impact assessment. Here you can find the assessment result of the project in general and each impact in particular. You will also find the detailed assessment result of each output related to each area of impact assessed, such as innovation impact and economic impact. The last section of the toolkit is the Business Model Canvas report. The Business Model Canvas report provides a business model for each output of the project. You can have the printable overview of both reports by clicking the Print button. Thank you for watching our tutorial. Any further information needed, you can write down to the email icubetoolkit@aeroclays.com.